Hello everybody, this is Loki and welcome back to Apollo Justice. So we're gonna continue from where we last left off. Let's see where we have to go. Take a look here. Okay. What's this house? You two again. When you will learn. Will you learn? Look at me whenever, however you want. You're not staying in today. I won't be so sure if I were you. Look what we have. What this? Detective Sky. Yesterday it was Prosecutor Gavin. Today it's Detective Sky. Who are you two, really? Now you're suspicious again. Well, you got the orders. I gotta let you in. Have fun. Thanks, Mr. Officer. Let's hit it, Apollo. He's doing the clinic. Huh, kind of an at-home sort of place, isn't it? This place has a connection to the murder in the park. I'm sure of it. The police guy out front wasn't so sure. Beyond it, being where the victim lived. Although like the police team's gone home for the day. There might be some clues lying around. Let's get cracking, Apollo. Let's see here. Look at the bowls. Look at all these bowls. They're from Eldrin's Noodles. They're salty. Then I think we figured out something. I think we have. Mr. Eldrin must do takeout. Not exactly what I was thinking. All the bowls have been washed clean. I think we found our first clue, Tracy. These must be the slippers for patients at the clinic. The same as the pair we found, of course. Look at a single pair is missing from the rack here, too. And ours have paint on the bottoms, which means they were taken out here in the night of the murder. Right. The paint's from the hit and run after all. But what were a pair of clinic slippers doing in the trash can? And what were they doing at the scene of the hit and run? Alright, let's take a look here. There's a single pair of sandals here. Wait, but why would there be sandals be here? Unless they belong to one of the patients. Or maybe it's a visitor that came to see the doctor? You think they use his house entrance instead of the clinic entrance in that case? And if this patient or visitor isn't still here, then why would they leave without their shoes? Better take a closer look at these just in case. Alright, I had to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. Look at the door here. Look, this door is a doctor's office. I think this is the victim's private office. It's not locked. Too bad. Why too bad? I like opening locks. It's kind of a hobby of mine. So she would like to pick locks. See these little bike locks? Don't even bother putting them on when I'm around. That's probably not a hobby you want to tell too many people. Yeah, you don't want to tell anyone that you unlocked locks. Well, Apollo, that sound came from behind this door. Someone's in there. Let's check it out, Tracy. A break-in, they lift through that window. Wait, Apollo, you're too late to catch him now. That must be her experience as the panty snatcher chaser talking. Well, we should tell the police. We'll check out the room out first, Apollo. If we call the police now, we'll lose our chance. You're right. Better at this than I am. Well, Trucy is smart. She's a very bright child. Well, one thing's for certain. The clinic and our murder case are looking pretty related now. Okay. Examine the lamp in the safe. Kind of expensive looking lamp, isn't it? Hey, the bulb's broken. Broken? Do you mean burnout? No, our cat burglar must have dropped it. But why is it standing up on the floor like that then? Hey, look at the cord. Huh? There's a red splotch on the part of the cord. You think that's blood? It's a little bright for blood, almost pinkish. Something's definitely odd about this lamp, that's for sure. Yeah, that's really suspicious. That's a suspicious looking lamp. What a cute little safe. Looks like a 4-digit lock. Someone tried to get in. Someone's already entered the 2 numbers, Apollo. 7. Wait, do you think the burglar just now was trying to open it? I wonder what's inside the safe. Is there any way we can figure out the last 2 numbers? Well, we know the first 2 are 7 and 9. Maybe there's something in the court record? Something that can help us figure out the last 2 numbers. I wonder. Well, I have an idea. I knew it, Apollo. What is it? Well, all we have to know is what button has been pressed. And we can use this to find out what the next 2 numbers are. When you press the buttons, you have to touch them with your finger, right? It will leave a print. And when you open a safe, you don't press any other buttons but the right ones, right? So if we can find the buttons with fingerprints, we have the safe code. Not bad, Apollo. Look, you can see the oily finger residues clearly. Look at 7952. These are glove marks. The burglar must have been wearing gloves. Well, we might not be able to identify the burglar, but we can open the safe. Let's give it a shot. There we go. Nailed it. It opened. Let's see. Examine the envelope. This looks like a medical chart. There's an X-ray in here with it. X-ray. Can't make heads or tails of it. I can't read the chart either. It's all in medical speak. Medical terms? That the names are easy enough to read. Look, my patient, it says Waki Tataki. So this Waki, our client's chart, huh? What would this one chart be in here in the safe? Let's see, the physician's signature says Pal. Eh? What is it, Apollo? Look here what says who defiled the chart. Let's see. Nurse Alita. She is Waki's fiance. That one Ida too many, Apollo. Never mind that. What's her name doing here? How should I know? Though I guess that means she staff at this clinic. Odd that she neglected to mention this before now. I'm sure she had her reason. Yeah, I'm sure she had her reason. I'm sure as well. So Alita worked at the Murtaka's clinic. And she had access to Waki Tataki's medical chart. You get the I and the Y wrong, Apollo. I'd be very interested to find out what the chart says. Who could help us decipher this? Okay, and the bullet. I have to look at the bullet here. This looks like a bullet hole. You can still see the bullet sticking out of it. Why is it in the middle of the safe? Hey, the bullet came out. the tip is all squished. Not surprising given that it was fired from into a metal safe. Bullet got a story behind it, that's for sure. Yeah, that does. Okay. Now we could go to People Park. Let's see. I know that face. It's the face of someone who's made a discovery. Hey, how do you know? You can't fool someone trained in the ways of science. Natural Hub was analyzing face prints. Just ask the Detective Guy to help us, Apollo. Okay, let's see. Hey Apollo, you think this is... Huh, there could be a toe print. Maybe we could get a print off this. Let's try it out. Okay, we're gonna have to do this. Here we go. Hey, it worked! That looks like a big toe, maybe? Wait, but it's great we get the print, but there's such a thing as a list of toe prints? Oh, good point. If there is, the Detective Guy didn't give it to us, which means we can't match the print. Seems like a good time to ask the Detective's advice. Yeah, it's a good idea. I wonder, could this be a print? Why would there be a oh, you mean a toe print? Good call, Apollo. I bet we could analyze it just like a regular print. It could be a vital piece of evidence. Yeah, it can be. It matches the other one. Hey, it worked. That looks like a big toe, maybe? Well, I feel like the case is always solved. What was next? We have to match the print, right? Right, let's match it. Wait, the detective didn't give us a print to follow. We have to get her advice for this. Detective Guy, mind if we give it another shot? Okay, let's see. Oh, I have to present the... Okay, I have to go back to the thing here because I don't know why it exited out for this one. Here we go. Slippers to Emma. The slippers. They tried a clear print there, a toe print. Too bad we don't know whose toe it is. It's true. Well, there's a way to finding out, of course. There is? What? All you need is a sample of the same toe print off another shoe, for instance. Oh, right. So if the prints match, you know who the same person wore both. Do I have another shoe worn by the same person? Think I just might, actually. Really? I'm beginning to suspect something here. To the sky, can you compare this sample with this other print?
Take that!
This pair of sandals? Toe print at all. Oh, the print on these is nice and clear too. It makes our job easy. Can you analyze it for us? Of course. Hang on. Bingo. Gosh, I'm good. Hey, they were the ones who found the print. A perfect match. The same person who wore these and the slippers. I was afraid of that. All you have to do is find out who these sandals belong to. Or do you already know? I can't say, not yet. Well, that's one big step close. Yeah, that's one step closer here to the truth. Alright, I'm gonna see where we're going next here. Let's see. We have to go to Hitchfield Clinic, I think. Yeah, we have to go to Hitchfield Clinic. And we have to talk to Phoenix. Ah, the practical attorney returns. Welcome, Apollo. I heard you did well on the trial today. Here to discuss something? I could use a little diversion. What did Detective Sky say? If you want to know something, you have to investigate yourself. But right? Tell me what happened 7 years ago, please. I want to know. I need to know. You certainly didn't waste any time getting to the point. Yeah, let's find out what happened, shall we? 7 years ago, I was standing in the courtroom on behalf of a client. The case involved the death of a certain magnificent genius. I'd be surprised if you haven't heard about it. It was all over the news, I remember that. You were up against Prosecutor Glavin, weren't you? Yes, he was only 17 years old at the time. 17 years old? That's still high school. He took the bar exam abroad in Europe. The progressive over there, you know? I was defeated by a 17-year-old newcomer. And my shame, I left the practice forever. That's all. That's all? How can that be all? What do you mean? What about they were saying? What about what they were saying on the news about forged evidence? They said you forged evidence and had your attorney badge stripped from you. Yeah, what about this forged evidence? Tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to stand here before Phoenix Wright, the foreign attorney himself? How does it feel? I don't want to believe it's true. But what about what happened at my first trial? So there was another forged evidence here? I don't see you jump into my fence on this one. Maybe I did forge evidence, maybe I didn't. It doesn't really matter now, does it? But I'm not an attorney anymore. That's the only truth you need to know. It looks like he doesn't want to talk about the accusation of forgery for now. Yeah, it's best not to force him to talk about it or anything. Let's see. Now we have to go to the detention center. Let's get on over there, shall we? We have to talk to Walkie. Don't try, Angel. Daddy's back and Oh, you again. Do you always have to announce your entrances like that? Man, my own man, hey, man. Now I'm all in the funk and it's his fault. One can only assume that his father tried to teach him a lesson and failed clearly. You two got your work cut out for you, straight up. Curse, I don't care if they lock me up. I'm all ready to go. Some days I wonder what I do. It's like I wonder why. Hey man, you won't see me bugging about 1 or 2 guilty charges. But what if you're found guilty of murder? Hey, it's all experience. The family shorty, like a badge of honor. They don't give the death penalty, do they? You didn't really do it, did you? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. If I've learned one thing today, it's that silence speaks louder than words. Man, my old man is what? Disappointing, that's what he is. I heard he wants to lead the mob over my dead body. I spent my life trying to keep it real, being OG and overstuffed and down. Now my old man wants to go soft? Fine, let him. Just leave me out of it. The day I got out of the clink, that's the day Alita and I start the next generation of the Kitaki family. Please don't talk as I assume you're going to jail for my sake. Let's see what I have to show here. Huh? Was that some kind of X-ray? Wait. That's right, Walkie. It's yours. Hey, look, I don't smoke or nothing. I'll live long, right? I don't think he gets it, Apollo. Take a closer look here in the particular. Where it says nurse. It's signed Alita. Huh? You lawyers do your homework. So you met Miss Talia when you... Yeah, I met her at the clinic. So? So you can tell us about the circumstances of your meeting? Fine, fine, I'll tell you how we met if you want to know so bad. Let's see. I keep on clicking this on after this. Walkie, you won't happen to recognize these, do you? Hey, sure do. I was the one who bought them for her. For Miss Talia? Yeah, as a birthday present. She's got mad little feet. Mad, so cute, man. So these sandals are hers. Yeah, I kinda had a feeling. What's up with the funky vibes? About a half a year ago, I was shot during a little turf war with another family. I was ready to die, sure. But they came in and got me and hauled me off to the docks. The Mirror Kiss Fit Clinic? That's where I met her. My fallen angel. You mean Alita? She was scared of me at first, turns out. But you know what they say. Bad guy always gets the ladies. Right. She was done with that clinic anyhow. I was like, I'll take you on, woman. Straight on gangster style. Guess what she said? What'd she say? Come on, give it some thought. She said it real quiet, like on the down low. Know why I'm saying? I'll leave if you marry me. So that was the proposal? You know it. On oath of love right there in the hospital room. Just like that, the OP was done. We were out of there. See you later. Bye. About that OP. Yeah, it didn't go so well after, did it? I know about the report. I know it's still in me. So how come he's not doing anything? This health checkup with the boss's idea, I said. Yeah, can you imagine? What's the point of living healthy if you're a G, you know what I'm saying? But didn't you learn about the bullet at that checkup? Yeah. That's when I knew the doctor had to pay. Figure I could get that cap pulled after I get my revenge. And hey, I'm still living large now, aren't I? Incidentally, have you ever had a checkup before? No, my own man suddenly gets this idea we all gotta get checkups. Guess he's getting older, I mean. Okay, let's see where else we have to go from here. Yeah, that one's all done there. Guess we have to go to Eldoon's. We have to go to Eldoon's Noodles. Or Eldoon's house. I like how you had like a stove outside. But Eldoon, we've been looking all over for you. What's the matter, Tracy, though? Apollo, show him what we found. Nothing like expert advice. I suppose he is a doctor still. Mr. O'Doon, is everything okay? I'm just so happy. I just thought my doctor days were gone for good. Mr. O'Doon? Okay, let's see. See what we have to show him. Mr. O'Doon, could you look at this? A medical chart? Hey, you shouldn't go around taking these from clinics. Why the sudden silence, Mr. O'Doon? What's going on here? That's what we want to know. The chart belongs to my client. He's on trial on the suspicion of murder. On trial? That's crazy. You can't put him on trial. He's ABD. ABD? All but dead. He's knocking on pearly gates and someone's about to answer. Can you tell us why? Oh. That's not his real hair? Well, permit me to speak to a surgeon. You listen up good now, son. No way. It's like he's a completely different person. Well, according to this chart, this walkie-talkie fella's not doing so well. He's got a bullet right up beside his heart. That's right. Yeah, but the chart talked about the post-op. In other words, operation is already finished. But you can still see that bullet stuck in there. Why would it still be in there after the operation to remove it? Well, about the only reason I can think of is with too tricky to operate on. What? That bullet snug as a bud right there next to the aorta, which is connected to the heart. Heck, that scrap metal is just surrounded by blood vessels. Kind of a miracle. 2 millimeters to either side, and there's about to be some serious bleeding going on in there. Not something your average doctor be either to fiddle with. You mean? It took a miracle to get that bullet stuck where it is. It took more than a miracle to take it out. It took a magician. I'm only up to making rabbits that appear. I haven't learned bullets yet. Of course, with the heart pumping and lungs working, that bullet's on the move. I'd give him another half a year, tops. But Walkie's operation was already a half a year ago. That's why I'm saying you're out of time. This kid shouldn't be on trial. He should be on an operating table. Great. Just great. Oh boy. How could the doctor do such a terrible thing? How could he just leave that bullet in there? I got a pretty good idea how he felt. In the emergency operation, he's got the kid's chest open on the table. And you find that bullet. That's the spare right there. Juicy doll told the spare. The spare? But the only thing he could do is sew the boy back up. He wasn't exactly in the situation to go admitting he couldn't take it out. The Katakis? You bet. This kid, they're the only son I hear. So he skipped the operation and Walkie's back on the street living his life. Of course, it's only a matter of time before his heart hemorrhages and Jeff told. That poor kid. How awful. And which doctor would they take him to? Murtakus. He's got enough ties to them. He could probably cover up the truth of what happened. That's just horrible. He left Walkie to die. And there's a darkness in this world, Chizzy doll. Waiting hungry. Compared to these games, turf wars are like kid games. And when you're up against real evil, well, it don't matter if you're weak or strong. It'll take you all the same. You're a surgeon, right, Mr. O'Doon? You could operate on Walkie, can't you? I wish. What? I'm afraid there ain't nobody in the country that could. Maybe not even in the world. So Walkie, he's real lucky to be alive even now. No. There's only one problem. Apollo? The chart. Look at the nurse section. Alita. That's right. This operation is how they met. Yeah, and the problem is she knew. She knew about Walkie's condition, guaranteed. Ah. Why didn't she ever tell him? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. If she knew her patient was in serious danger, you'd think she would want to get that second operation before getting engaged. What was she thinking? What were you thinking, Alita? Alright, that's it for this part of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below and subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye guys.